Hi, my name's Ali and this is my top 5 most beautiful chinchilla colours. Now, this is just my own personal opinion and I just want to put it out there that I do actually like all the chinchilla colours that are available, but I do have a few preferences on ones that I like more or ones that I just think are absolutely stunning. So if your favourite mutation doesn't appear on this list, please don't be offended. So just pop in the comments what your top 5 would be. So that being said, let's get started. This is a 2 for 1 and this is Ebony Tans. Now, tans in the US I think are called pastels, and a tan is basically a chinchilla with the beige mutation and the ebony mutation combined. So that is the reason why I've included them in the ebonies. Now, ebony and tans come in 4 different phases. So light, medium, dark and extra dark. Although I feel like they're all beautiful within their own rights, the chinchillas that I most like are the extra dark ebonies and extra dark tans. Extra dark ebonies are pretty much jet black all over their body and they have like a really silky and shiny look to their fur, and there's like a real sheen to them and they are so pretty. Extra dark tans have a rich dark brown chocolatey colour the whole way around their body, which is why sometimes they are called chocolates. And they also have really dark, gorgeous dark ruby red eyes. I love them both. So okay, the next one is another 2 for 1 and that is violet and blue diamond. So why is blue diamond included in this one? It's because blue diamond is somewhat related to violet. So let's start with violet. Violet is actually a recessive mutation, which means that it's slightly harder to reproduce because both parents either have to be violet or carrying the violet mutation within their genetics. Violets have a uniform colour the whole way along the back of their bodies, and it's like a greyish, purplish, almost violet colour, which is why they're called violets. And underneath they have a crisp white underbelly. There's a really well-known Instagrammer and chinchilla breeder in the UK called Cameron's Chinchillas, and you might have seen his pictures of his violets. Now he has show-winning violets. He's actually the show champion breeder of violets, so his violets are absolutely gorgeous, and I think his pictures went viral, which is why everyone loves violets, and I can understand why. They are really striking. So blue diamond. Blue diamond is actually the combination of the violet mutation and the sapphire mutation, and the sapphire mutation is actually also a recessive mutation, which makes it extremely hard to reproduce because both parents need to be carrying both violet and sapphire for a single chance of getting a blue diamond. So blue diamonds are incredibly scarce, and when they do go up for sale in the pet industry, which isn't very often, they go up for a lot of money because they are super scarce. So blue diamonds have a kind of very pale powder blue kind of fur. On top it's quite beautiful, and underneath it's again crisp white belly. As I say, incredibly hard to find and incredibly hard to breed. I personally would never attempt to breed blue diamonds, and I think anyone that hasn't got a hell of a lot of experience in chinchilla breeding would attempt to breed blue diamonds because it is quite tricky. They are a double recessive mutation, which makes it difficult. So the next one is whites. And now I love all whites, but there is one that I am particularly drawn to, and that is extreme whites or extreme mosaics, sometimes also referred to as reverse mosaics and reverse whites. And basically what this is that they're exactly the same genetically as a normal white. They're called extreme whites because of the amount of dark patches that are prevalent on the chinchilla. So some can be half grey, half white, and they can look really, really unique and quite stunning actually. And the patterns can vary dramatically from one white to the next. As I say, they're all just whites, but it's just the way that the dark patches express themselves on the chinchilla. So a good example of an extreme white is Chinchilla Marty, who is on Instagram. He's there, I think it's on the Science Selective food now, Chinchilla Marty. He is gorgeous. He is what you would call an extreme white because he has so much dark on him as well as white. You can't really breed for an extreme white because extreme whites are actually just completely random. The patch ratio of dark and white you get on a chinchilla is completely random. You can't even breed for it, which is why they're kind of highly sought after, and they are very unique looking and they are just gorgeous. I used to have a chinchilla that was half really, really dark grey, almost black, and the other half of his body, the bottom half of his body, was completely white. It's like it had been cut in half and he had been dipped in paint. He was absolutely gorgeous. So the next one is Black Pearl, and Black Pearls are actually the most recent mutation within the chinchilla world, and Black Pearl is in fact a recessive mutation similar to Violet and Sapphire. It's a recessive mutation, which means that both parents need to be carrying Black Pearl for even a chance of getting a Black Pearl kit. And I don't own these, but I think they are stunning. So black pearls from a distance could be mistaken for black velvets because black velvets have a really dark black veiling the whole way along the back of their bodies, and then it gradually turns to grey, and then they have a white underbelly. The difference between a black pearl and a black velvet is not just because black pearl is in fact recessive, it is because black pearls, they don't turn grey to white. So black pearls are different for velvets because they don't have that graduation of going from black along the back to gradually going to grey and then white belly. They have jet black the whole way along their back of their body and the whole way along the sides, and it just cuts to a crisp white underbelly. There's no grey there at all, it's just black and white, and they are pretty stunning to look at. I would love to own one, but I wouldn't like to breed them. Because they are a new mutation and they are relatively rare, if they ever do come onto the pet market, they do normally go for an astronomical amount of money because they are so rare. So you're probably going to hate me for the next one, and that is my final choice of the most beautiful chinchilla colour is in fact the standard grey. Now you might say, oh Ali, but blue diamonds, black pearls, they're much more beautiful than a standard grey. And I would say to you, just because something's common does not mean it's any less beautiful. Standard greys quite often have a really, really high quality fur, and they are just beautiful to look at. If you've ever been to a show and seen a show champion standard grey, especially the dark standards, they are just stunning, and I mean stunning. I love standard greys. I think they are so, so beautiful. And the original is always the best. So yeah, I say I do love all chinchilla colours. So put a comment in below and tell me what your 5 favourites are.